Hi everyone, it is Alex with Holistic Movement Pilates. Today I have a reformer class for you using the spine corrector. So go ahead, grab your spine corrector. We are going to put it on your reformer. Go with the center piece of the spine corrector through your shoulder blocks. And then I'm just gonna put all of my springs on just so my carriage doesn't move. It really doesn't matter what springs you have on, but I'm gonna go fully loaded with springs again so my carriage doesn't move. My foot bar is going to stay where it's at, and we're going to go ahead and sit in the lip of our spine corrector. And then once we get in, I'm going to just take my feet into the black strap just to hold on when we roll down and back. Now we are going to start with a little spinal articulation today. Depending on how tall or how short you are, you're going to have to kind of shimmy yourselves in and out of a good spot on the spine corrector just so that your low back is fully supported by this guy. So I'm just shimmying kind of down. So again, my low back is fully supported by the larger arc. I'm gonna reach my arms out in front of me. Again, my feet are in the black strap that's on my platform. And then from here, I'm just gonna start to tuck my pelvis and I'm gonna begin to roll myself over the spine corrector. Now, once I get over, I'm gonna let my shoulders, let my head go back. I'm gonna reach my arms back behind me. I'm gonna open my arms out to the sides of the room. When they get to a T, I'm gonna bring my chin back towards my chest. I'm gonna continue to reach my arms forward as I finish rolling my spine all the way back up. And we're gonna keep going with those. So we're gonna tuck our pelvises, roll ourselves over the spine correctors, one vertebrae at a time. I'm gonna inhale, reach back. On my exhale, I'm opening my arms out to the sides, nodding my chin to my chest, scooping into my abdominals, and then just sitting up again nice and tall. Keep going. Exhale, tuck, roll. Now, when we start on the spine corrector, it might not feel good to begin, depending on how immobile your spine is. Trust me, at the end of this class, it is gonna feel like a whole new spine after all of this work. We're gonna do a few more. Again, we're tucking to roll over, reaching the arms back. I'm exhaling to roll myself all the way back up. And then let's just do two. And last one. Inhale and exhaling as we roll all the way back up. All right, now once we get to the top, we're just gonna go ahead, pause at the top, and we're gonna do some side work to warm up our oblique. So I'm gonna stay in the same spot on my spine corrector. I'm gonna reach my arms back out in front of me. Again, my low back is supported by this guy. My left arm is gonna stay in the same spot. I'm gonna start to open my right arm, rotate to the right side of the room, and as I rotate to the right, I'm gonna roll down to the right side of my body. So I'm just getting the right side of my body down. My right shoulder hits, I'm gonna reach my right arm back, looking back at that hand. I'm gonna take an inhale, and then on an exhale, I'm gonna start to sweep my arm back out. I'm gonna bring my chin towards my chest, roll all the way back up to the right and center, and we're gonna do the same thing on the left. So I'm gonna tuck, roll to the left side of the room, let that left arm open, reach back, try to get your shoulder down, take an inhale back here. Exhale, start to bring that arm back up, chin towards the chest. We roll all the way back up to the left and center. Again, tuck, roll to the right side. I'm exhaling to roll back. I'm inhaling once I get back, and then I'm exhaling to come all the way back up and center. Keep going. Exhale, tuck, roll. Left side of the body gets down. We take an inhale, and we exhale to come all the way back up and center. Exhale, roll up and center. We're gonna do one more right, one more left. And then last one to the left here. And then once we come back up, we're just gonna go ahead and pause. Now, we're gonna add in all of those movements to make our around the world. We are just going to our shoulders so our heads are not gonna get all the way back. So again, I'm gonna go back onto my spine corrector so my low back is supported. This time my hands are gonna go behind my head. Elbows are open out wide to the sides of the room. I'm gonna rotate to the right side of the room. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna tuck, roll back to my right side, get my right shoulder on when I do so. Then I'm gonna take my left shoulder on. So I should be looking straight up to the ceiling. Both shoulders are on the spine corrector. My right shoulder comes off, so my left shoulder's on. I'm gonna curl all the way back up to the left and then center. I'm gonna stay to the right. So we rotate right, we tuck, we roll back. We inhale, we go center, left, we exhale to come all the way back up and center. So it's an exhale to go back, an inhale to go center, left, and an exhale to come all the way back up and center. Let's go ahead and do 2 more. The rotation should be coming right from our rib cage, right from our bra line. Our pelvis is trying to stay nice and still in the spine corrector, so my hips are really not moving. Again, it's coming right from my bra line. When we come up from this last one, we pause and then we reverse. So I rotate to the left, I tuck, I roll to the left side of my body, my shoulder gets down, I go center, right, I curl all the way back up to the right and center. Again, we go left, tuck, roll back, go center, right, exhale, curl all the way back up and center. We have 3 more. Again, trying to rotate right from that rib cage. Try to keep the pelvis still. And then this is my last one to the left. All right, then once we come back up, we're gonna go ahead and pause. Now, from here, I'm gonna sit so that my sits bones are like right at the top of this smaller portion of my spine corrector. My legs are gonna dangle over my foot bar, and then we're just gonna sit up nice and tall here. Now, just know you will probably get back a little more into the spine corrector, but just start sitting on the smaller portion. Arms are gonna reach long in front of us. Again, we're sitting up nice and tall. I'm gonna tuck my pelvis. I'm gonna roll back so that my low back is gonna get down into the spine corrector. When I get here, I'm gonna start to extend over. I'm gonna reach my arms behind me. My butt is already sliding down. I'm gonna keep my butt there. I'm gonna open my arms out to the sides of the room. When they get out to a T, I go chin to chest. As I lift my spine up, I'm gonna lift my legs up. So I'm getting into a teaser position. Again, I slid down a little further into that spine corrector. And then I'm gonna, again, lower my legs, start to fold over. This time I'm gonna lift my butt up as I reach my arms back. I'm opening my arms out to the sides. I'm going chin to chest. Now as I lift my chest and my legs, my butt is gonna go back down into the spine corrector. I'm gonna take an inhale here in my teaser. Exhale again, fold over. When we arc over, our butts should be lifted up. I open my arms out to the sides. As I lift my chest and my legs, my butt goes back into that spine corrector. We take an inhale. We exhale again, fold over, lift those hips, squeeze your glutes. Exhale as we lift ourselves up. Take that inhale here. Exhale, roll all the way back over. This is gonna be the last one. Exhale, lift. Hold here for 3, 2, 1, and we can relax the legs. Okay, we're gonna sit ourselves off to the sides. We are going on to 1 medium spring, and then once we get onto that medium spring, our spine correctors are going to stay here. If you would like to go a little heavier for this, you can always do a heavy spring instead of a medium. We are gonna do some arms, but just know it's gonna be a little heavier when we're in the spine corrector. So I'm gonna stick with the medium spring, but again, if you wanna go heavier, you can do 1 heavy spring. We're gonna take our straps off of the pegs. When I take my straps off, I'm gonna stay sitting right into the lip of my spine corrector. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab short loops into my hands. Now again, if you want it heavier, you can always go to a heavy spring. You can go long loops if you need to make this lighter. I have my short loops in my hands. Again, I'm sitting in my spine corrector so that my low back is fully supported by this guy. And then my feet are gonna go right onto the edge of the carriage. Hands are at my sides, and then palms should be rotated forward. I'm going to start by just exhaling to lift my arms up about chest shoulder height, and then I'm gonna inhale, return my arms back down with control. So I'm exhaling to lift my arms up, and then I'm inhaling to return back down. Now we are going to make these a lot more challenging eventually. So if that medium spring doesn't feel so heavy, just know it'll feel a little heavier in a moment. Now it is up to you what you do with your legs. You can either go one knee up into a tabletop position, you can hold, you can alternate the other leg going up into a tabletop position, or you can bring both knees up into a tabletop. I would go tabletop rather than straight legs, keeping the little tuck of my pelvis. I'm scooping into my abs. Again, it's up to you what you're doing with your legs. They can always stay down if you want them to stay down. We're gonna go for one more. Now, when I reach my arms out, I'm gonna hold them here, rotate my palms towards each other, slight bend to those elbows, hug a tree. We're gonna inhale, open the arms out to the sides. Exhale, fingertips together for that hug a tree. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. My hands are right over my knees. Again, your feet can either be down, you can go one knee tabletop, or both knees in a tabletop position. Up to you. You're gonna feel your core working no matter what. Inhale, open. Exhaling as we close. Let's go for 3, 2, and then last one. Then once I come back, I'm gonna relax my elbows down. I'm gonna relax my feet. If sitting up tall means relaxing, you can always sit up tall, or you can fold over your spine corrector if you'd like to. Whatever feels best for your bodies to give it a little break. Now, we are gonna go back into arms and core. So elbows are gonna bend this time at our sides. They should be right into our ribs. Feet again can be down or up, that's up to you. Get into your position. Exhale, reach your arms out, chest shoulder height, bend to come back in. We exhale to reach. My elbows are just going right into the sides of the spine corrector. Again, my low back is fully supported. My abs are in. Inhale, bend. Exhaling again as I reach those arms forward. Change the springs if you need to. I'm gonna go for 2 and 1. Now the next time I reach my arms out, they're gonna stay here. We're gonna open our arms out to the sides of the room. Keep them in your peripheral, bring them back, shoulder distance away, bend your elbows to come back in. That's our movement. We exhale to reach. We inhale to open. We exhale to close. We inhale to bend. Again, legs are up to you. No matter what, you are going to feel your core working if they are up or if they're down. Exhale, reach. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, back. If your legs are up in your tabletop position like me, just make sure that they say zipped together. Let's go for 2 and 1. I'm feeling those obliques together, back. And again, we are relaxing, whatever relaxing means for you. We're gonna do just a couple more things with our arms here, and then we're gonna be done with this whole series. So again, feet wherever they feel comfortable. I'm gonna bring mine back up into my tabletop position. I'm gonna take my hands together overhead. I'm holding onto both straps. Elbows are right by my temples, and then I'm gonna extend both arms, and I'm gonna bend the elbows for triceps. Extend both arms and bend. These should be pretty challenging. Again, I'm keeping the tuck of my pelvis. My low back is supported by that spine corrector. Let's go for 2, 1. Ooh, relax, hold. Okay, one more thing. We're gonna go into our salute, and then we're done with this series. I'm gonna bring my knees again back up into my tabletop position. I'm gonna take my hands into a triangle, so thumbs, index fingers are together. The triangle goes right to my forehead. Ready? We exhale to push our arms out away from us. We keep our hands together. We bend the elbows. Exhale to extend, inhale to bend. So I'm going to my forehead. and then out at a slight diagonal. Let's do 3 more. 2 and 1. All right. Oh, relax. I really feel my core working there. Okay, you can drop the straps on the floor. We don't need them for a while, so technically you don't need to hang them up if you don't want to. So drop those straps on the floor, and then we're gonna step off to the sides. Now, we're gonna keep going with some core work. I am staying on this medium spring. If you want to make it a little easier, you can always do a heavy spring instead of a medium. We're going to go into planks first, and then we'll stretch. So I'm going to take my feet onto the exposed part of the carriage right in front of the smaller portion of my spine corrector. My hands are going onto the top of the spine corrector, and then I like to bring my fingers just right through this little hole that's closest to me. If you go with a flat palm on this, it is a lot on the wrist. So if you take your hands to the outside, it should be better for your wrists. Now, we're gonna step 1 foot at a time onto the platform that's behind us, and then I'm gonna push my carriage out into a plank, and I'm just gonna hold my plank. So you can either stay on this platform here if you would like to. You can take your toes, balls of your feet onto the foot bar. I'm gonna push the carriage out with my arms, bring it in, push it out, bring it in. Legs stay long, abs are in, butts are down. Push the arms, resist to come back in. We're gonna do 3 more. Inhale out, exhale back for 2 and 1. Okay, carefully come down. You can step onto your carriage. If you need to give your wrists a little roll, you can always roll out your wrists. We're gonna do 1 more round of planks, and we're gonna do a little stretch. So I'm gonna take my hands again back into those little divots of my spine corrector. Feet are gonna go onto the wooden platform. I'm gonna push out. Again, you can either stay on the wooden platform or you can step up onto the foot bar. It is up to you. Ready? We're gonna bend our knees, and we're gonna exhale, stretch our legs. Bend the knees like a squat. Exhale, stretch. Hinge up those hips. Exhale away. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. Let's go for 4, 3, and 1. Okay, step down. Carefully let your carriages come in. And then from here, I'm gonna go ahead, bring my left foot on the wooden platform first, and then I'm gonna take my right foot into the spine corrector. Now, when your right foot is in the spine corrector, I want that heel right into the lip and your toes as high up in the spine corrector as you can get them. Hands are gonna go back on again. We're just gonna stretch. I'm gonna push the carriage out with my legs. I'm gonna hold myself here. If you feel more comfortable with your hands going down like mine, you can go down, otherwise you can stay at the top. We're gonna bend our right knee, extend our right leg. We're gonna bend the right knee and extend the leg. Again, that heel is down, toes are as high up as you can get them, so we can get deeper into this stretch. Bend and exhale, press. Let's just do 3 and 1. Okay, now from here, we're gonna just lift our hips to bring the carriage in, and we're gonna push out into a split. Again, we're gonna bring the carriage in and then out into a split. I'm actually gonna move my spine corrector just because my legs are long. I'm hitting the back of my carriage, and I'd like a little more range of motion here. Out and in. Okay, 2. And then last one. Okay, now, whatever way is easiest, I just step my right foot off first, and then I step my left foot onto the spine corrector, right foot back. But again, whatever works easier for you. I know this is kind of a scary spot to be. The heel is low, the toes are high. We're gonna push out 1 time. We're gonna hold. We bend the left leg, we extend, we bend, and we extend. And really just stretching out the back of this left leg here. All right, I'm gonna go for 2 more. and then last one. Okay, now when I push out, I'm gonna hold. I'm just gonna lift my hips to bring the carriage in for splits, and I'm gonna push the carriage back out. Lift to come in for those splits, and then pushing back out. All right, now the next time I come in, I'm just gonna pause with my carriage in. I'm gonna carefully take my left foot off, and then I'm just gonna step off to the side. Now we're gonna go with some lower body and some oblique work. I'm just gonna put my spine corrector back where it was, so it should be in the middle position. And then I'm gonna add on 2 heavy springs with my existing medium spring. And you know what? Let's actually go through this little portion that I just had mine in. So the little divot that's further away, let's go through that. Your spine corrector won't get all the way down, that is fine. But I do want to be a little closer to the foot bar for this one. So again, I have 2 heavies and a medium spring. If that's too heavy, you can do 2 heavies and a light spring. I'm going to sit with my right hip into the spine corrector, and we're just going to fold over so that the right side of our body is like molded over this guy. Our right hand is into our head, or it's supporting our head, and then our left foot is going to go onto the foot bar. The foot should be parallel, the toes are right to the front edge. Now my left hand can either be out in front of me, it can be at my hip, it can be behind my head, it can be up to the ceiling, wherever you want to go. I just have mine out in front of me. On an exhale, I'm going to push the carriage out with this left leg, and then I'm bending to come back in. Again, exhale to push, and then we're inhaling to resist. Again, if that's too heavy, change your springs to 2 heavies and a light. We are gonna get kind of pushed into the spine corrector for this one. Exhale away, inhale back. And then I am pushing into my heel. I'm squeezing my glute so I can try to get into my glute max just a little more. Exhale away. Inhale, resist. I'm gonna go for 3 more. 2, and then last one. Now from here, we're gonna go halfway in, all the way out, halfway in, all the way out for pulses. Halfway in and out, halfway in and out with that left leg. 4, 3, 1, and then I'm going all the way back in. Okay, now once I come back in, I'm gonna just extend my left leg over the foot bar. It's gonna be in line with my body, and then I'm gonna take my left hand here behind my head. Now my hips and my shoulder stay stacked. I'm gonna flex my left foot, have it parallel to the floor. Side sit-ups, keeping the hips stacked. So I'm gonna lift into a side sit-up. I'm lifting my left leg as well. And then when I fold over, I'm gonna relax my left leg. So side sit up, I lift my left leg, it stays flexed, it stays parallel to the floor, we lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Let's do 7 more. Lift and lower. Again, that left foot should be staying parallel to the floor. We have 2 more. And then last one. Up and down. Okay, now we're gonna lift back up one more time, and we're gonna hold. So lift into that side sit up, lift that left leg. Little pulses with your chest and your leg, never going all the way down. Little pulses, up, halfway down, up, halfway down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Reach your left arm overhead. Grab your wrist, give yourself a little stretch, little pull. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So let's flip over to the other side. Again, we're gonna fold over so that our left side is fully supported. Left hand is supporting the head. Right foot just goes to the foot bar. Toe should be all the way to the front. The foot is parallel. Again, I'm gonna exhale just to push away. Inhale, bend back in. Exhale out. Inhale in, digging my heel down, trying to squeeze my glute as I push out. And then again, just resisting the springs come back in. Okay, I'm gonna do 3. Last one, and then we're gonna go into halfway pulses. So halfway in, all the way out, halfway in, all the way out. Don't let your carriage come all the way home. Halfway in and all the way out for those pulses. Feel those quads, glutes, hamstrings working. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, all the way back in. We are going to extend that right leg over our foot bar. Again, the right leg should be flexed. The foot should be parallel to the floor the entire time. My right hand goes behind my head. We have 10 total. When I lift up, I lift my right leg and I fold over. Lift and lower the hips and the shoulders. Stay stacked the entire time. We have 4. One side may be a little different than the other. And that was the last one. Okay, now we lift up one more time. We hold little pulses with the chest and the leg. Keep the hips, shoulders stacked. I should be looking straight out in front of you, not down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold over. Reach your right arm up and over. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Hold and stretch. Okay, then let go of that wrist, and then we're gonna sit back into our spine correctors, and we're gonna face the foot bars. Now, I'm just gonna keep mine where it's at. We're gonna keep the springs where they're at too. Legs are gonna go nice and long, and we're just gonna roll back over again, just to feel the difference in our bodies. Again, my low back is supported. I'm gonna reach my arms out away from me. From here, I'm gonna tuck my pelvis, roll over. I'm gonna keep my legs down. I'm gonna inhale, reach my arms back behind me. And then from here, I'm gonna open my arms out to the sides, bring the chin to the chest, and I'm just lifting my torso up. Take an inhale here. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, roll over. Take an inhale when we reach back. We exhale to open our arms out to the sides. We roll back up. Inhale again. Exhale, tuck. Fold over. Inhale, reach those arms back. Exhale, we open, we come all the way back up. Let's do 3 more. I hope your spines feel a little different than when we started class. We have 2. And last one. Okay, I'm gonna send my legs to the side, and then we can take our spine correctors off and set them to the sides for the first time. Okay, once we set those spine correctors off to the sides, I am gonna hang my straps just back up onto the pegs, and then once I get my straps hung back up, I'm gonna take off my medium spring. So I'm still on just those 2 heavy springs now. I'm gonna lie myself back down onto my reformer. We are gonna do feet and straps. Now, if you would like it a little heavier, you can always add on that light spring with those 2 heavy springs. I'm just gonna stay on 2 heavies. Personally today, headrest can be up or down, that's up to you. And then we're gonna reach back, grab our straps into our hands, long loops go onto our feet. We're just gonna finish off with some feet and straps. Legs are going up just as high as we can hold our neutral spines. Feet are gonna be parallel, legs are zipped together. On my exhale, I'm just lowering my legs straight down towards my springs, and then I'm inhaling to hinge at my hips to come back up. Again, I'm exhaling to lower straight down. I inhale, hinge at the hips to come back up. I'm drawing my abs in and up as I pull on that exhale. Again, inhaling again just to hinge at the hips to come right back up. Keeping my bra line heavy when my legs go down, sacrum heavy when my legs go up. I'm just gonna do 2 more. And then last one, exhale, lower. Inhale, hinge. Now once I come back up, I'm gonna pause. Heels together, toes turned apart. Legs go down to a little lower than a 45 into our frogs. Let's bend our knees and exhale, push our legs back out. Inhale, bend, and exhaling as we stretch. Keep the heels together, toes turned apart. Again, maintaining our neutral spines the entire time. Two more. Then the next time we push out, we're gonna hold our legs out, bring your feet parallel with each other. Legs are gonna go a little further down towards our springs. We're gonna open them wide out to the sides. We're just circling around and back up. I'm gonna exhale to lower my legs down. Inhale as I circle around and back up. My sacrum is heavy. My pelvis just stays nice and still. Down, circling around and back up. And maintaining that neutral spine. Let's do two more. And then last one. Now, once we come back up, we're gonna pause at the top and then we're gonna reverse. So we open our legs wide, we press them down around, we zip them together. And then I'm just hinging again at my hips to come all the way back up. Again, holding my neutral spine the entire time. All right, let's do three more. And then last one. All right, now once we come back up, pause, come out of our neutral spines, bend the knees, bring the bottoms of the feet together, come into that butterfly stretch. You can always pull your straps, your ankles towards you. You can push your knees away from you. Just open up your inner thighs, open up those hips. We're inhaling through the nose, we're exhaling through the mouth. All right, then our left leg is gonna stay. I'm gonna hold on to my straps. I'm gonna open my right leg out to the side of the room. I'm gonna stretch out that inner thigh, that hamstring a little more. I'm pulling that strap with my right hand, just get a little deeper into that stretch. Then I'm bringing my right leg in, left leg goes out, hold and stretch there. Okay, then I'm gonna pull my left leg back in. I'm gonna take my straps off my feet, can hang them back up onto the pegs, and then we can just sit ourselves off to the sides. All right, once we sit ourselves off to the sides, we are all done with that reformer class. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, thank you so much for joining me today.